back to Unscripted with Hara. Today I have the lovely the great Miss Tabitha James with us. Of course, I would like to thank you all for tuning in to our previous episodes and tuning in to this one. So nonetheless, let's hop right into it. How you feeling?
Great. I'm so happy that y'all don't know, but we know the conversations that we just have over and over get to come to a little bit of it. Y'all don't get everything, but like this much of it gets to go to other people. So for sure. I'm excited, and it's spring. It doesn't get dark until 9 o'clock.
Come on.
So I'm great.
Does that not do something for the mental?
A lot. Yeah,
a whole heap. Like, don't get me wrong, it's taking some adjusting in the morning for me.
Yeah.
As an early riser already. And now I just be feeling a little delayed sometimes. But I appreciate later evenings.
Yes.
Makes me feel like being outside.
Yes.
Like I can get dressed cute for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. Because the sun is not setting at 4 p.m. So.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for being with me today, with us, with the people, willing to share. Just probably like that much.
Maybe this. We'll see what happens.
This is true.
Yeah.
So, of course, you know, I typically start off with asking, what does it mean to be a woman to you in lieu of Women History Month? And I feel like you've made, like, so much history.
Oh, my
goodness. I don't even know if you have, like, documented it. But we the people feel like you have. So maybe we'll work on that after this. Like, Tab, you got to give me all the accomplishments down. But yeah, what does it mean to be a woman to you?
Oh, wow. To me, being a woman means bold while soft, right? Giving gracefully while also, you know, not allowing people to play with you, which is an interesting balance, right? Leading and loving, right? So it's a lot of both ands for me. And in a lot of spaces, sometimes I feel like I don't have as much of a feminine touch, but then I'm often reminded that it is yet and still there. So womanhood to me is just the fullness of being a woman while accepting all of the differences of women.
I will agree.
Yeah. Okay.
I will agree. Balance.
The harmony.
Harmony.
Yeah. A little together.
A little
swirl.
Come on. Come on, right?
Yeah, if you will.
yeah, if you will, because it does take that. I feel like you do have to have masculinity traits at certain points, and then also be like, well, actually, that's not exactly what I was looking for.
I want it a little bit softer.
Come on. And so sometimes that is a struggle, especially women in business.
Yeah.
Because I feel like anybody, just in general, are more likely to play in women's faces when it comes to business versus with men.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Even with us sitting at diverse tables and all of these things, and it's kind of like, we know, had we been this in-depth thing you're asking me about would not even be
a present. Yeah.
Or I've heard it several times, like, oh, well, women lead with their emotions, and I'm like, you don't want us to lead without it.
Yeah.
Trust me, you don't want that.
Yeah. You want me to bring a little emotion.
You want me to bring a little bit of that with me, because if I don't have none of that with me,
you don't want me.
This cut and dryness that you about to get, it's gonna be a whole lot of no. All of the let me sees, we might could work it out. All of those,
they go out the window
for sure. Yeah. And maybe we do need to pull a little bit of that in 2026. Come on, just a little bit, but definitely balance and harmony. And then, has there been anything for you that you've, I guess, utilized through developing your womanhood? I know you mentioned like the harmony and the balance and all of those things, but any teachings or, hey, I read this book and it helped me navigate girl talk? Like, I know a lot of my womanhood development came from talking with the girls. Where I was like, I thought I was going crazy.
I think for me, I ask hard questions of women that we would consider our seniors, right? So women from other generations, I ask the hard questions. One, because they're not at large, right? Not all of them, but a lot of times they're not as open as we are with like, we just be talking about whatever, whenever, however. I think that those barriers are beginning to break down, but they haven't always been broken down. But if you ask, right, you can likely get the answers or an answer. So I love leaning and gleaning from wisdom. Because I think that there's so much in multi-generational conversation that we can just grasp from, as well as talking, down to women that are younger than us as well. So I think that for me, I've learned a lot through that sandwich method, if you will.
Yeah.
I can list the books and all of that as well, because I definitely am a reader and a podcast listener to her.
And an author.
And an author, so...
Which I didn't know how, like, author to what degree until me and Cece was talking at a networking event. She was like, she wrote multiple books, right? I was like,
just a few friends, just a few. And in that, even in that, right? So the research I did when I wrote Dear Black Girl, like, there was so much time and effort in studying thousands of Black women and girls to come up with that body of work. And so even in doing things like that, when I'm speaking or interviewing or whatever all the time, as a certified geek, all of that, certified geek, all of that somehow is building into the repertoire of TAP research, where I'm taking tidbits and sharing things and gleaning on things that maybe won't benefit me, but might benefit someone else, as also a connector. So many things, right? And diving into the things that, matter to me. So for me, business is big, leadership is big, self-authority is big. So those are the types of books I find. Those are the types of podcasts I'm listening to. Those are the types of conversations I like to be in. Every now and then, right, I step outside of my comfort zone and do other things. Yeah. Not much, but every now and then I'll step outside of my comfort zone, because I love the arts and I love travel, things like that. But as it relates to the core of me, I stick to really leaning into learning about things that matter to me from women that look like me and don't look like me. But a lot of times I'm asking older Black women that are leaders, that have resumes that, somewhat I can see my trajectory going in the ways theirs may have went. And I ask questions, especially the hard questions.
Okay, so you said hard questions. Give me an example of a hard question.
So for me, right, hard questions are like, you have this great resume. Tell me about the failures, right? Tell me about the challenges. Tell me about how you navigate people playing in your face.
Come on.
And you can't cuss them out.
Come on.
Right? Tell me about...
What number do you count to?
Right.
2,000? Because
10
ain't working no more.
For several of the women that I use look up to very loosely, but and I use admire loosely too, but just in general, for lack of better terminology, maybe admire or look up to. Let's say they partnered or married or whatever later in life. I asked them, how was it navigating that, when a lot of times people look at womanhood as being childbearing or getting married or, things like this, where they may have chosen to do that later in life. So how did you navigate when people keep asking, especially people that are older than us, because that was a thing, right?
For sure.
By 25, baby, you riding me.
You have boxes to check off.
You gotta get, you're right. So it's like, how did you navigate when people kept asking you those questions? Or were there personal insecurities that you had to push through? What are some of the challenges that you found in the workplace or in the entrepreneurship space that you hadn't talked about, but you would love to share, because they would maybe help someone skip a step, right? It's not, we all gonna have to go through what we go through, but oftentimes when it relates to mentorship and sponsorship and guidance-ship, you can likely help someone skip a certain step. Right. So those are some of the questions.
Do you have like a guide for that? I feel like you would be the ideal person to drop like questions to ask a mentor, or questions to
maybe that should be something I should develop, but I don't have a developed guide, but y'all hold me accountable. that I can likely get that done by 2027. Because I think that let me tell I'm glad you asked that though, because I think a lot of times people don't ask the right questions.
Yeah, like you have access. I have these people in front of me. I just don't know who to ask what.
Yes, right.
Especially in business or whatever.
I was on the phone recently with a young lady, and I told her, I said, you didn't use this time wisely. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not fussing at you. I'm going to give you a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But you had this window of time with me.
Right.
You should have asked better questions. Now, I'm not upset with you, because what I also got from our conversation was that she didn't know.
Right. You just don't know.
You just don't know what you don't know.
Correct.
And while we have so much access to, just technology, the AI, all the things, right? You still have to know what to input.
For real.
To get the output.
Come on.
But she was asking me very much Googleable, YouTubeable questions. That I was like, dang, girl, you missed the mark. But guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna teach you how to ask better questions. Not just to me, but any other time you get an opportunity like this, because you only got this opportunity because of who you knew.
And that's a full circle thing.
Honor the opportunity. Yes. Not that I'm some but I don't really have a lot of time
to just be
chatting with you.
Absolutely.
And I chat with my own children. I don't chat with no extra children. So you got to use that time very wisely. But I also understand that there is value in knowing what to ask.
Sure.
So maybe the guy.
I need that guy.
Pencil
that in.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead. Co-pilot that off to the side. Send that in a reminder.
At some point. Yeah.
Like this wasn't one of those meetings, but here's a follow-up.
Yes, for sure.
Of all that was discussed.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is vital, being able to ask the right questions, because so many of us, we do have resources right in front of us at fingertips. And the other part of that is not being confident in what you're seeking help for or what you're seeking insight for. And I think, like when I speak with my husband about things, he's like, yeah, I can just call up such and such. It's regular conversations. But for women, for whatever reason, there's like just this timidness. So if we don't think women are going to open up about it, or I don't know, I don't want to look incompetent or inadequacy kind of settles in. And so, because that's something I experienced when I first started my business, and even at times now, like with Elevation, I'm like, so I was wanting to know if
right?
Like, let's make sure this is asked. I want to make sure that this is detailed but clear.
Right.
And concise. And I ain't trying to waste your time, but I want you to understand what I need.
Yes. All of the above.
All of those things. So then when you get somebody in front of you, to not also have word vomit and you're telling them the whole... They're like, girl, you said all that just to ask me where I got this shirt from. You could have just asked me where I got the shirt from.
You could have just asked me the link. Like, what's up? Yeah, no, seriously.
But to have that comfortability, and I feel like a lot of women, we just don't know how to exercise that or how to get to that space.
I hope you're not about to ask me how.
I'm not. Okay. I'm not even about to do that to you, but I was this close.
I mean, I might have a smidgen of an answer.
Give the smidget.
So my smidget of the answer is, like, I don't have this figured out, but I do think I do a doggone good job sometimes. Is that like
87% of the time.
87. 93 if you will.
Come on.
92. The 92%.
92.
But
it's good.
Borrow confidence when you don't have it.
Where I'm borrowing it from?
Somewhere.
Get it.
So
grab it.
Think about the most confident person that you know, and you're like, she owns it. And you don't know what you don't know. So she might not be that confident, but if it exudes in that moment, you better be her. Pull it.
Put that on.
Borrow
Put
it.
that on.
Right. I don't have it, so I'm gonna borrow yours. Right. That's like sister circle type vibes.
For real.
Borrow that confidence and know that, I mean, only thing someone can say is yes or no. And that, the no's hit.
Come on.
But the yeses hit harder.
They do. And it make you forget about a lot of no's.
You forget. Whatever.
Like, you did tell me no
whatever.
that time. Didn't even remember
whatever.
that.
And the no's also make you better at asking. And so borrowing confidence is definitely one. But two, like being okay with, you know, everybody's not going to be your person, even if you thought they would be. And that's tough.
Yeah.
But once you swallow that tough pill and you move on, it's okay. And you know, it wasn't her. Still a great person.
Still
not
probably took a few things.
Not my cup of tea, right?
Yeah,
like there are some great people that I know that I'm like, if someone asks me about them, I have nothing bad to say.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea, but you still should, you know, meet
Pursue
them,
whatever,
right? And so being okay with that piece, I think knocks down a few layers of the jitters. Right. And just do it. Just ask, because you don't take resources for granted, because not only so many people wish they had those resources at their fingertips, I'm really big on just honoring ancestors. And I'm like, people that walked before me would have killed, I mean, they already killed it. Let's be clear, they killed it. But if they had what we have, please.
Come on.
Like,
come on. Resources, accessibility.
Like, we'd eat it up. And so that said, I'm going to do my big one for them.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to take up space. I'm going to ask questions. And maybe, just maybe me, and like going backwards to when I ask women, you know, hard questions, I feel like the permission it gives them to have confidence.
Absolutely.
Right? I am loving just women being just more open about like perimenopause, women being more open about, you know, I lost a child as well, or I had fertility issues, or I, you know, this happened to me in a past relationship and I left. You know, I'm enjoying seeing those barriers be broken, because I know for so many generations that it was just silent. And people never knew. And I commend people, because I'm sure it comes with a whole lot of, well, you just got married. And I know it comes with a lot of chatter.
For sure.
So we have to also work on that of like, shut up, because you got some stuff too.
And get your mouth off people.
Get your mouth off people.
Hold that down.
Hold that down. Right? And I'm learning and growing in that, because you just honestly never know what people are battling or what they have battled to be able to be where they are. That was like a long arm strong answer though of, but that just ask the questions.
Ask the questions and have those like multi-generational conversations. Right? Like for me, I mentioned with the mayor about having shop talk. That was the closest a lot of women got to having multi-generational conversations. But we're also in a very vulnerable space. Like a hair salon is real vulnerable. You have people in there battling all different kinds of things. But you have that community there that develops and that grows. And it's like something outside of your friend girl circle or, you know, your sisters. Like I grew up with a lot of sisters. So I really didn't need a lot of friends. But the friends that I did have, like we're still friends to this day, because it was just like, I got 6 sisters. I don't need 12 friends. Give me 3 solid ones.
And we good.
And we straight.
And then on the revert, like I'm an only child. So while I felt like I needed a lot of friends and I went through a whole lot of friend situations, my solids, we 30 years plus and we ain't too many years over 30, right? So
let's get like,
that. You know, my solids have been solids because also my discernment was like, baby, I'm fine by myself.
Yeah. For real.
So while I was going through these various friend circles, it's like, girl, I will cut you off and I'm going to hang out with my mama. I don't really need to be your friend.
Yeah, like, really don't.
It's like a choice at this point. It's like, I don't have to have you. It's a nice to have.
We are exploring out here, and I could very well know my way back to the house, because the house is good.
Yeah.
Cool with that.
And I think that it's getting people comfortable with segmentizing. And as you're growing up as a young woman, that's not always, it gives cliquish or it gives she some time or whatever, when in reality, as you grow and you mature, it's okay. Like, I may not see you for 6 months, but when I see you, we
straight.
You know, it's no bad blood. It's none. But it's like that. It just hasn't been a season for us to like hang out. And then you have this group for this and this group for that. And you know, that's all fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Like, to me, that's also like equivalent to seasons in womanhood, period.
Yeah, right.
You have those seasons where you outside.
Yeah.
And you have those seasons where your outside is like your patio. Like I'm literally just sitting outside. I don't even want to answer my phone for real. I don't know where my phone is when I'm at home. That's how outside I don't want to be. But that is also very I think, strategic for women. That's like a cheat code,
Yeah.
essentially. Being able to have those different groups and navigate through seamlessly, even though like some people are like, oh, well, that's kind of flighty, or you changing up. I'm like, no, I don't really know that to be true.
Yeah, right.
Like
right.
I have some girlfriends, we link up and we do business stuff together, and that's cool. We might hit conferences together, different networking events. Hey, not saying that y'all can't come back and kick it to the house and chill, but I got a crew that's
But I got to chill for that.
I got that already.
And that's not the premise of our relationship.
Absolutely.
And some relationships can have those different hats that they wear, and some of them it's just that hat, and that's okay.
And be okay with it.
Yeah, be okay with that.
I love that. Clock it. See, I feel like
See,
it's just flowing already.
I mean,
nothing to worry about. We do this all the time.
all of it.
And that kind of flows into the career aspect. I know like you've lived 1,100 different career lives at this point, but
1,100 is
11. I would say 1,100. But we don't need people. This is unscripted, so I can't say 1,100.
You're right. Yeah,
What did Tab want to be when she grew up?
a boss.
Okay. And is she not living it?
Let us all be clear. Let me be really clear that I cannot resonate when like the statuses come around of like, if I was what I wanted to be when I grew up, I am that.
I am that.
Now, did I envision this? Absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't know that I had a vision of but I knew that I just wanted to be a boss, like leader, important, making moves and calls, whatever. I remember just in the purest childlike way, navigating from, I think it was on a trip. I don't know if I was going from South Carolina to Jersey or Jersey to South Carolina. Either way, in the airport in the 90s, and I saw people that just looked important.
Yeah.
They were dressed nice. I need to start, I don't dress that nice when I go to the airport. I look like I'm traveling. But anyways, that's not the story.
This is my travel clue.
Right, but they just looked important. They had like briefcases, and I was like, whatever that is, whatever they be doing, that's that. Like I want to move, shake, be, yeah. So that's what little Tab just thought she was going to do, and I mean, hey, somehow
We have a line to this.
you're right, we have a line to this.
The boss. Tab the boss. I said Tab the great. Maybe it's Tab the boss.
The great is fine.
But owning that,
Yeah.
right? No permission needed. No access granted to it.
Yeah.
Just exposure and a light bulb. Like whatever this is, that's what I want to be.
Yeah.
For me, right? Remember feeling that, but not quite knowing how to be okay with articulating that.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
I don't really know how to tell y'all I don't want to be none of these things on this paper. It's not on here.
It's not on here.
Yes, love medicine, love healthcare, became a nurse because trying to be a doctor was going to take too long. And I was like, y'all just got me for 12 years, huh? You want me for another 13?
It's no way.
My God, today.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But even now when people ask me like, hey, how did you become a business owner? Like you were at bedside, da-da-da. I was just like, at some point you just make decisions based upon like, this ain't working.
This ain't it, yeah.
This is just not it. This doesn't serve me. And because you are the queen of the pivot.
Oh my God. The queen of the pivots. Oh my goodness.
Like the queen of the pivot. Like actually, no. I will send you a contact for that because I'm not doing that. But
and I got a contact for that too.
Because I'm
not doing that either. Yeah.
But I know what you need, but I don't do that.
I don't do that.
Like whole dumping session, like, okay, yeah, so you need such and such. And I'm like, yes, you need to call.
Yes, you need to call these people, right?
Because I'm not doing
Because I'm
that.
not doing it.
But how did you know when it was time to pivot, right? What's usually like your, so I'm saying this because a lot of women sit in that space.
Ooh, okay,
of,
okay.
This really ain't working, but I don't know what I want to do next.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not necessarily in black and white, alarming lights flashing, like Medea
For
said.
sure.
Nobody's sitting there with a t-shirt on. It's like, hey, yeah, no, maybe you should go into career coaching. Like
Yeah.
Like what were your things or what happened to allow you to say, hey, I'm going to navigate into this space?
So I think a lot of, let me preface this, but like, I'm not one to get too comfortable, and I'm trying, as I'm aging, I'm like, don't get too comfortable. We still got to be able to pivot, girl. We still got to stay true to our core. So I'm a very risk averse type of person. So once something is not like feeling right for me, or I realize very early on, I don't know if it's from losing people early on or just the wisdom of being raised by old people. I don't know what it is, right?
Being
but
raised
whatever,
by old people is wild.
Whatever it was, y'all. I knew that, baby. You only get one chance at this life. Nobody has come back and said, I got another one.
Right, run it back.
I'm not finna be unhappy. Like, not now, not ever. And so let's get into it. I go to college and I'm like, okay, we gonna do this business.
And what did you go to college for?
I went to college to major in business with a specialty in hospitality and tourism. Let me play a trip. But no, actual study of tourism. And so how did I get there? Glad you asked. So it was a toss up between business and computer science. Computer science classes was given. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And so,
come on, because
the baby boss was like, we're going to study business. Okay, so we're in the management program, and we find out that the tourism program has required internships. For context, the girlie started college during the recession, the 08, 09. I graduated in 09. So the peoples was graduating and they wasn't getting no jobs, and that wasn't finna be my story in 4 years.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, oh, if there's required internships for the hospitality program, required internships mean I go to the internship, I make great connections, I'm gonna have a job.
Right.
Don't know why 18-year-old me was that wise, but I love that little girl, okay? Because she was not playing with people. So, fast forward, got in a tourism program. Myrtle Beach is one of the #1 tourist destinations in the world.
Which is,
and so,
to us, I'm like, that is still wild. But
right?
also,
and so, okay, not only am I going to go to school and study tourism in one of the top tourist destinations in the world, I'm also going to go get an internship at one of the #1 resorts in the world, because intentional, strategic, do things that if I'm going to do it,
let's do it.
I'm going to do it. And so that's what I did. And I learned so much working through my internships, and also my part-time jobs. A lot of them were in the service industry. Yeah. So learned a lot about working with this here, the public, right? And also,
we the people.
From an economic standpoint, no matter what is going on or what has gone on in the world, tourism does not plummet. Tourism, healthcare,
and the beauty industry, which is crazy.
Yeah, we gonna look good. We gonna travel and healthcare, right? We're not even going to American healthcare. That's just, we don't need that to her. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about it, right?
Now,
so I'm not. And so
you saw my eye.
Right, I know. I'm working in hospitality. I was great internship. I just know this company's gonna hire me when I graduate, and I got overlooked. What? The best thing that ever happened to me. Now, at the time, devastated. So much so I called the GM. Hey, girl, we need to meet.
I called the GM. Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about it. She's like, we gonna call her. We just gonna call her. We not even giving her a fake name, because no. We go to her office with our 21-year-old self, and we say, like, what's up?
Yeah.
I've been here. I've worked in every department in food and bev. I've, done early mornings, late nights, overtime, all this, just proving myself, learning, whatever. Where's my job?
Let's be clear.
Oh my God, we forgot.
What did you forget?
What did you forget? Because I didn't even see the job posted. I didn't know that I had got overlooked until I saw a new food and beverage supervisor. And I was like, who are you? Like, what's up? What's okay. Bet. So I was like, all right, cool, that's fine. I'm gonna drive down to just being a server. It's a really nice restaurant in that particular property. I'm gonna make a lot of money being a server. I'm not doing nothing extra.
Yeah.
So I did that. One of my mentors, again, knowing people, had just moved to another institution. He's like, hey, come here. Cool. One day I go on a whim and take the GRE. Didn't even study. Don't ever do that. I made a not so nice score, but I did have a pretty solid GPA graduating from college. I got conditionally accepted into the university, so I had to go do an interview. Me and my best friend drove to Florida for the interview.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna do that. They was like, you can Skype at the time, right? Nope, I'm coming.
I'm gonna be there.
Cause I need you to get, if you get all of this, like you can't
say no.
You're gonna say no,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So
sure.
Did that, got accepted, packed my car, moved 10 hours away to Florida to go to graduate school, and changed the trajectory of my entire life because of the exposure piece.
And what did you get your graduate degree?
My graduate degree is in ed leadership. So as I was studying that, at the time, I thought that I may have a career, and it may circle back at some point in the academia world.
Right.
And I was, PhD by 30, all of this was the talk at that time. So I wanted to write from a scholarly perspective.
Okay.
And so I was there for the research, whatever. My research, you guys will be so shocked at this one. My research was on mentoring and development of Black girls and how that impacts their trajectory in business. What do you have it, right?
Yeah.
So when I say, she gives me as above average always, right? And so I did do some of that for a little bit of time, right? So I worked in academia while I was getting my master's. I also was still working in hospitality. So I was a corporate trainer for Blooming Brands, which owns Outback. And so I was doing those dual careers while getting my master's degree. Did I sleep? No. Okay, but who needed sleep at 22? Not me.
Come on. Don't ask me that now.
Now I'm going to bed.
Do not play with me and my wrist.
So in all of that, same, mentor was like, let's do some speaking together. Let's do some presentations at some conferences. So doing that, all of that was cool. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I might be on to something with this, because if we backtrack, I did my first keynote at 21, a few months outside of college, and I had no clue people got paid to speak.
Yeah.
So when a lady asked me like, well, what's your honorarium? What's this? And I was like, what is this woman
What are you talking about, girl?
Again, resources. I asked somebody and I also looked it up.
Yeah.
So I came up with a nice little price and, hotel, whatever. They took good care of me. And so in those little moments, I'm like, okay, cool. We can do something with this.
For sure.
Cool. We graduate grad school. I started teaching and doing career services at a small institution in North Carolina. All things are cool. I was bored. Okay. I am used to doing a whole lot of things. And so I was like,
boredom driving.
I need a little bit more to do. Not really, but kind of. Yeah. So people were asking me for things. So as they were asking me for things, I'm like, okay, I'm going to charge you for this.
Yeah.
So helping people with like websites, their personal brandings, their Facebook pages, Instagram pages. I was like selling some t-shirts that kind of match my own brand, speaking, just doing things outside of my career. Yeah. And so it was cool. My mom got sick and I made the decision to say, I'm going to go full time. I'm going to quit my job and go full time in my business because I can get another job. At that point I was like 23, 2 degrees, great resume. If I need to get another job, I'm sure I can. I'm not getting another parent. So that was tough because I was not planning to come back to rural South Carolina. I could give you that for sure. But I did. And so in that, over time, building the consulting practice and writing books and working with nonprofits and doing a hodgepodge of things. One, to, make money, but 2, to just get experience, and 3, to have ownership of my schedule because I did not know what demands caregiving would have. And I also wasn't trying to commit myself to a job that I was likely going to have to drive at least like an hour for that wasn't going to pay me what I was used to getting paid.
Absolutely.
So the value proposition there was like, go all in on building. So I spent a lot of time doing things. I feel like I became a queen of a pivot on accident.
Yeah.
But it taught me so much. Then
taught you how to carry the crown.
Right. Then came a pandemic. So I went from, speaking at all these conferences and traveling to like, oh snap, everybody gets to come into my world with Zoom. So let me speak virtually. Let me teach people how to leverage their platforms online. Let me run up a bag on this and let me spend some time with all of these other projects like the Dear Black Girl project that I had been sitting on for a while. I don't know that if the pandemic had not come, if I would have ever made time to do that.
Yeah.
Because I had just been documenting that research for so long, and I did not know that it would ever, come to fruition. I definitely didn't know it was going to go viral, right? But timing is everything.
For sure.
So the pandemic allowed me time to do that, and because there were so many people on their devices and at home, it took its course, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, those things, and then now 6 years post that, I'm in the thick of another pivot of like, what's now and what's next.
For sure.
Right? As I look to, what's now, what do I want to not do no more, and what do I want to continue, what do I want to learn, and what does the next version of Tabitha want to do. So a journey, right? Right. And so in all of those, though, the piece I want you to take, if you've made it this far, is that the things come in the mundane.
Yeah.
Like
for sure. My God.
Baby, the highlights of the days where there's the glam and there's this and there's that. Like that's cool. Like the 2%. The 98% is in just showing up every day and doing whatever you're doing at that time well. In high school, when I worked at McDonald's, my first job, I was like super scared. But once I got my, feet wet and my flow, and I started working like overnight. So as my shift would be ending at the early morning, people were coming out. This man was like, you were just always, so happy. What's the secret? I was like, because this is not my forever.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm going to be happy because, I have no reason to be sad. I'm 17. But also,
I have no clue about anything.
Yeah, but also, like, this ain't my forever. Like, this is a stopping point along the journey.
For sure.
And even there, I was like, if I can backtrack, whatever. They're like, so many learning opportunities. Like, well, why do we have to get the orders out so fast? And why do we, why is this the amount of fries that go in there? Like, just continuing to be inquisitive has really served me well.
Yeah, that curiosity point.
Yeah.
It's definitely
always
all the things. And you made a really big point that I've been talking with some people about as far as networking and resources. Again, you mentioned about proximity and you going to Florida and like that kind of just being like, okay, this exposure
changed
in
my whole
itself
life.
For women, especially in rural areas, right? Not necessarily having as many accessible points or resources or exposures. What would you recommend for them in navigating like their lane and connecting and finding those resources and things? So like, I know we say Eventbrite, but if we look at Florence's Eventbrite in comparison to Charlotte, Augusta, Atlanta, maybe even Columbia's Eventbrite, it's kind of like, you have to like time and chance. You got to be off that Thursday between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Drop your kids off, have somebody pick your kids up to be able to travel and get there. So sometimes it feels as though the accessibility and the resource wise and just that connector piece is kind of like, golly, how do you find those connections and resources?
Yeah, I think there's a few things, right? You create your network locally, but you also realize that by choosing to reside in a rural area or to reside in a certain space, you're going to have to outsource your resources and motivation in some way, shape, or form. And so as you are planning out your travel for the year, one or two of those trips needs to be for your personal development as well as your turn up, right? As well as your relaxation. And even if that trip is a shoot to Charlotte, a shoot to Columbia, a shoot to Greensboro, wherever you see something going on that might align with you, and being connected to professionals that are similar to you. They don't have to necessarily be in your industry, but I behoove you to have a few that are in your industry and maybe industry adjacent that are in some of these other places, because oftentimes you might see something online and everything that glitters ain't gold. And in the day and age of the good internet, scams. Right? The good internet, scams. You need to be able to fact check and do some research on things before you invest the time and energy to go. But you need to be able to go out, and see other things, be in community with other people, and get those resources, that knowledge, that insight, so that you can have it for yourself and also to bring it back to your community in ways that there may be things that you might not be able to activate them in the PD in the same way that they're activating it in that area, but it's giving you a different insight and perspective as to how you likely could, or tools that you just need for yourself as a professional in your industry. So I think investing in yourself in whatever way that looks like. And if you are in a season that like, girl, I can't go, these kids are little, or I just don't have it, or whatever, use these people's internet, right? Like,
so many sources.
And you can invest in resources. Make sure you're going to use them if you invest in them. But there's so much online that you can learn from. So sometimes when you don't have the money, you might have the time. And so playing something in the background while you're working or while you're working out can change the trajectory of your life, right? Reading books, and, you know, talking to people, attending very well curated online events can really upskill you. And especially my women, and I mean, even in the workplace, business, whatever, it's easy at some point to get a little complacent to where you don't continue to invest in yourself.
Absolutely.
You don't level up, you get left behind.
That's very true. And knowing in what areas. Right? Because a lot of us would try to level up like in all areas at the same time and realize like we're really not going to get very far, because the stress load that comes with managing multiple things, whether that's you managing a family or, you know, you're managing multiple interests or other side things, everything is not going to be able to get all the things.
You can do it all, just not all at the same time.
Come on.
And some things you need to pay for. We were talking about this just right before the camera started rolling, right? Some things it's not worth the investment. Pay the people.
Pay them people.
Right? And some things you just might not want to learn. Right? And so pay the people. Now, when you can't pay the people, you do the things.
Come on.
A lot of times the other day I was doing something for a sorority sister. And she's like, I didn't even know you know how to do that. I was like, well, I mean, it's not like it's something I'm just marketing. I said, but I know how to do this because I was scrappy in the early days of my business. So there was a lot of things that I learned how to get them done because I could not afford to pay for it. Now, I don't do these things even in my own company, but I know how if I have to, which is one of those very sharp edge things when it comes to hiring people for things. I'm like, I'm not hiring you for nothing I don't know how to do, because I gotta do everything up in here.
Right.
So you can't play with me too much.
That is also really true.
You know, I know.
Also really true.
Like I know and then if I can't do it, I do know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So you can't like play with me too much, and that's that's interesting sometimes.
Yeah, that exposure I feel like brings that all the way together.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't start, right? Because they want the finished product that everybody sees on TikTok or Facebook. And it's like, oh, yeah, I have this company and it's like I have 10 or 15 employees. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah. Right? And I love the stories. Steve Jobs, like all of these people are like, oh, yeah, I went to my mama's basement. I had to come back home and I started doing this and started doing that. I'm like, granted, you can't go back to your mama's basement. Yeah. You can't. But the idea is that it was him and one other person in that basement. They were the engineers, the creative designers, the coders, all of these things. So for a while there, you are going to be in the trenches. Yeah, you know? For sure. And people are like, well, I mean, that's not what you go into business for. I'm like, well, do you know what business is? Like, you don't get me wrong. It's not like sweat on the brow every day. Yeah. But probably 5 out of 7.
And the trenches teach you what, if you skip some of those steps, not going to teach you.
That is so true.
And the challenges just change over time, right? Like the challenges look different in different seasons, but there's going to always be challenges, no matter how long you've been in business, no matter how much money you're making, no matter how many people you have, the more people, the more managing, the this and the third. Like, you know, full transparency, as a person who was a solopreneur for a very long time, now as I'm in a season of leadership where I don't have full-time employees yet, but I do manage contractors in spaces that I lead that aren't necessarily compensated, but they are high-level leadership. I'm leading people in things that are very similar to jobs. And it's a struggle for me. I'm just not used to having to engage with humankind that much. Yeah. And the different ways that people produce and the different ways that people need to be motivated and inspired and sometimes handheld. And, you know, not everyone is an entrepreneur or a very good worker. And so the ways that they, you know, think something is done well and it's not, like it's a lot of moving parts. For sure. A lot of trust that I'm still working on getting. It's tough. And that's a different challenge than 5 years ago when the challenge was navigating a virtual space, or 5 years prior to that when it was, how do I have these $50,000 dreams on a $50 budget? So it's like the challenges
$50 budget.
The challenges have changed, but they are still challenges. And especially in my consulting practice, I'm working with a vast array of different types of business owners at various stages, and even seeing them, it's like different levels, different devils, right? Sure. And the reality that not everywhere wants you to win. Like, I'm a very positive, optimistic, cream puff, lubby-dubby type of person, but I'm also real. Not everybody wants to see you win, and not everybody's okay with you being the leader
in the winning seat.
And there's just it's a tough battle as a woman, Black woman, a fun person, of like, I'm kikiing, but did you do that work? Right? I'm kikiing, but deadline was 3 days ago. I'm kikiing, but, and I also
and what are we gonna do about
am
that?
learning to manage myself in a way that I'm not trying to turn into like some stern person, but I do realize that I can flip back and forth real quick, and not everyone can take that. Yeah. Because I really can be laughing.
But for real.
I'm laughing because I want to cuss. Like,
I'm heavy on it's helping me.
It's helping me and you.
It's helping me.
Because I want to punch you, but I don't know how to fight. So.
And I'm going to want to fight for real.
In real life.
Absolutely. Because what do you mean? And also understanding that with that, like how you're mentioning about the McDonald's, and understanding why we do certain things. And as a business owner, you understand what is connected to said output, said connections, said deadlines. And so while not, because I don't have the capacity nor the time to sit here and break this down to a team of 6 people as to why this needs to be that. Because that ain't that for y'all.
Yeah.
I just need you. You told me this is when this deliverable was going to, even with subcontractors, other companies, other business owners, where it's like, well, this is what we said the expectations were.
And when the expectations change, because I'm the queen of grace. I have grown, and I think, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, my new boundary of, like, grace and, okay, Tab, they are really playing in your face. Because while I've seen, seemingly, I feel like throughout my business journey, I've had different levels of grace. There were times I really didn't have it at all. There were times that
I had too much.
Just
and handed it out.
Coming off the thicker fogs of grief, very much still a thing in my life. But coming out of the like thick brain fog of it, realizing that like I extend so much grace because I'm coming out of a season where I needed so much grace extended to me. For sure. And that's very uncommon because I'm going to work through it all. Like, we at the hospital, baby, my laptop with me. Yeah. Which is why it was hard for me to give it in certain seasons, because I'm like, you don't even know. I was in the ER all night, and this flyer still got done, email still got sent, and I'm going to speak tomorrow. I got somebody to watch, mom. We go, whatever. And so I'd be like, you say you stumped your toe? I don't care about that toe.
Hand it here.
But I have grown to realize that, you know, we all manage things in different ways, and being in a season where I just couldn't even physically get out of the bed and dropping balls and being late and doing things and asking for grace gave me a level of grace that now I'm like, I got to figure out how to manage this, because while I want to give grace, I still have a company to run and a lot of our outputs go to clients. And so if one thing is late, it then makes 14 other things late.
For sure.
And that I don't want the reputation to be, oh, you know, Tab and them do good work, but it might be late.
Come on now.
Or, you know, she gonna come speak, but I don't know, you know, I don't know if they gonna be on time. You know, like, I don't want none of that round, none of that. I don't want nothing with my name on it. With none of that.
Be subpar.
And so, so that's the season, right? Right now, as I'm learning this new dimension of myself, there are some balls that are being dropped that I'm not okay that they're being dropped. So I'm like, oh no, something has to change. For sure. Is it a no that I have to give? Is it a I'm not doing this because I got to do that? Like, what has to happen to ensure that what has been built continues to maintain, like, the standard is excellence?
Absolutely.
At all times.
Yeah.
100. Whatever 100 is that day now. We ain't being unrealistic.
That day.
But excellence is always the standard. And so it's hard for me sometimes to be like, look, I realize excellence ain't your standard. So we got to part ways.
We have to give.
Because that's the standard over here.
And you can't cost me my standard.
I'm going to go now. Goodbye.
Like,
Goodbye.
you can't.
Bye, people.
Right.
So that's it. You.
And if that's something that
look at here,
I could, like, give and package it up.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, whatever your standard is, you don't let nobody make you budge on that for the sake of their standard being something other than.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, no, I don't care nothing about that. I can do this. No, I care something about.
I care a lot about it.
I care a whole
heap of.
Think I just gave 10 years to this for it to be whatever you wanted to be today.
You lost your mind.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And to me, like, Chick-fil-A is
the
ghost, like, on that. It's just, no, I don't care, whatever, you come here. And that's why sometimes now when I go in the vibe and I'm like, okay, it's giving Burger King. Because you need to be in this line.
Real McDonald's.
What is
happening here? If this is what is happening to Chick-fil-A, this is why our world is crumbling.
It was me telling the school for the car line, like, y'all need to holler at Chick-fil-A about how they merge, how they do the merging thing.
For sure.
What's going on?
Yes, for sure.
But it's that, like, that standard and what's attached to your brand matters, even personal branding. And I feel like, as, again, going back to the beginning of our conversation, so many women accept societal branding, right? It's like, get married, have the kids, you know, just be conservative, do what you need to do, get out of the way. So that way when we do come into our own personal branding, it feels like weird. Kind of, I tell people, it's like, oh, like, I'm gonna get in trouble. You gonna get in trouble being you? Like, that's just who you are.
And who you gonna get in trouble with?
Who are you gonna get in trouble with? But also acceptance. And self-acceptance is big. Just like self-development is big. And the epitome of all of that is you have to take time with yourself and really embrace all of those seasons that we speak about. Oh my goodness. Like, really, I know when I'm getting real low. Yeah. I'm like, okay, it's day 4. I don't care if we get up and we just go for a walk outside. We can't make it to the gym, but we gotta move.
We gotta walk. Walk.
Because I know my low. My highs, I'm like, you're getting a little manic.
What you doing? Bring it down.
You cannot be in Columbia, then in Orangeburg, and then make it to Lake City.
You sure?
And then be back in Florence by 3 o'clock, and the first meeting is at 10. You can't do that. While you want to,
you can't.
Something has to, you know.
Yeah. I live it right now. Like, live
nerves. That was me. Like, I feel like I first recorded, and I was like, I'm 15 minutes. Like, oh my God, it's killing me. But I had overcommitments. It comes into that, and boundaries not only with other people, but boundaries with yourself. Is major. And so, to wrap it up.
Oh goodness, I'm nervous.
For the girls.
I'm nervous.
Because I feel like we've discussed so many different things, and you've dropped so many just gems.
We drop the gems all the time.
If a woman right now is feeling stuck, Right, meaning like life has plateaued. Like how you was saying, okay, well, we got to keep this momentum and this energy up, whatever. But she's found herself like in a plateaued state. She knows she doesn't want to be here.
Yeah.
But she's not quite sure how to get out of this space or what the next space is. Like, I don't even know what you want to be when you grow up. I
don't know.
I just know this ain't working.
Yeah.
What would you recommend them navigating that space or navigating out of that space?
She gonna ask me like a hard question for the last one. This is actually a little hard for me, right? Because sometimes I don't realize that people are stuck.
Yeah.
But I got something for you. Very, very simple, right? Get a piece of paper. Now you can get a phone or iPad if you techie, but even if you are techie, I challenge you to do this one on pencil and paper.
Good paper.
And I want you to just like write down what the best version of you would have or would be, or like how she, and it's not a money value, it's not a job title or a business accolade or whatever. It's like, she's happy, she's free, she has
what does her time look like?
Yeah, like what does that look like get real dreamy,
Delusional.
like get dilute, like and I challenge you. I think that this gets thrown around a little bit, but I want to be like real intentional when I say this. It's like, get to the version of you before somebody told you it wasn't possible.
Or you was crazy for feeling
Or
that
you was
way.
crazy, like
or get
whatever.
your head out of the clouds.
And that is different for every person because at every, like that could have happened to you at 3, could have happened to you at 13, it could have happened to you at 30. Like, I don't know where it happened for you, but I want you to get that there, and whatever was before that, the person that was, I'm talking to Lulu, okay? Little tab in the airport, I'm trying to be those people, right?
Yes.
Write down those things and then bring them to reality.
Yeah.
So likely, a lot of times, not all the times, some of y'all be stuck because of who you around.
Environment.
Because you've made community with other stuckers.
And y'all stuck up.
And y'all stuck together.
we stuck up.
Y'all stuck.
We literally stuck up.
Yeah, but no, seriously, I think that we build community with who we're most comfortable with, and sometimes those are not the best people for that season. Whether, it might be that sister, it might be that homegirl, it might be that coworker, whatever that is just not, they're fine with where they're at. And they're not trying to, shake the table either way. And you're like, I need to do something different. Yeah. I'm not saying you got to cut them off, but maybe lessen the amount of time that you're spending with them.
Definitely conversations.
Also, conversations. Stop sharing your dreams with people that don't dream. Share your dreams with people that are like, girl, you can do it. Like, call me. I think you can do whatever. Like, you trying to be an astronaut tomorrow? Because I'm with it.
Question, did you already take physics?
Yeah, like let's go, like seriously. And I think that as we've talked today around like exposure and things that have shaped, like I will forever pay homage to my parents that they never killed the dreamer in me.
Yeah.
Now that ain't the whole family. Now when I come home, they're like, what you say you're doing? What you studying on? Mind your business, right? I learned at a very early age to block out people that I didn't want to be like. If I look at your life,
and I don't see nothing
I don't see nothing that I'ma still respect you.
Come on,
but in my mind, I'm no longer listening because there's nothing in this life that I want to duplicate.
And I mean nothing.
Right? So I'm grateful to my parents that never said, like, even when I came with the wildest dreams, they never said it wasn't possible.
Yeah.
Now they may have helped me frame it and helped me make it make a little bit more sense.
Come on.
But they never said that it was impossible, and I will forever thank them for that, if nothing else, because I just kept dreaming.
Just keep dreaming.
I'm still dreaming. And oftentimes it's real delulu, but I'm like, God, let's do it,
Come on.
And those quick pivots, those changes, they are a lot bit unrealistic sometimes. But for my stuck ladies, do that assignment. Be careful with who you're surrounded by. Protect these ears. What are you listening to? It may be time for you to turn the music off in the car and turn on some inspiration in the moments that you have. It might be time for some white noise in the shower to clear your mind. You might listen to trap music, and even sometimes listen to gospel music, because faith without work is dead. You keep getting filled up, but you're not doing anything.
I need you to do something.
So I need you to do something so that he can meet you. He can't meet you if you ain't doing nothing, but I didn't come to preach. So,
because I sure didn't bring the collection basket, okay?
I hope all of that does something to help with getting unstuck, because it's not a place that you want to be. And I want to go back to something I said earlier. You get one chance.
That's it.
Nobody has come back and told us that they did it again. And so let this life be something that you're proud of. And not everyone wants to go and create these big grandiose legacies and all of these things. And maybe you do that. If not, be inspiration to one person.
Yeah.
Whether that's your daughter, your niece, a little girl at your church, your friend's daughter, your friend, right? Yeah. If you can just be that to one person, well, two people, because first you.
To yourself.
Yourself. But then
you
second,
first.
One other person. And I think while I've answered, you said it, you first.
Yeah.
Womanhood, oftentimes, the answer that we didn't give earlier is that womanhood a lot of times puts everybody before them.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Even as a person who's not a mom, I can list the amount of people that I would put before Tabitha, right? So when I think about people that are wives and moms and leaders in their community and all this, they will put do before them and put themselves last. Stop. If you're a scheduler, put yourself on the calendar, right? Do whatever works to make, do whatever works, but you have got to prioritize you, because them kids grow up.
They do.
Right? The seasons and reasons in the marriage, they shift and change. And that person you're in love with also wants you, the more you love yourself, the better you can love them.
And it gets better.
Whatever it is, it gets better. So
listen, for real.
all of that to say, get unstuck, because you'll be happier. And if you're not stuck, be okay with that, and be okay with honoring that you do what's best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you.
Thank you.
Golly. This was that. Okay.
I can go on for
Listen, I know we'll like.
This is good.
All right, now.
All right. That's it.
But that is so important. The you first aspect.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's like the fine print of womanhood that nobody really tells you about. And it's like, how do you not get lost in the sauce?
Yeah. I think, Women's History Month and a woman that champions women being examples. I'm speaking to a mom group soon, and I remember the first time I went to speak to them, I was like so insecure, right? But oftentimes I tell people, a lot of times in the work I do in mentorship, I do a lot more supporting parents than I do the students.
Yeah.
Because there's some insecurity that comes with raising these little people. But I say all that to say, you also want your daughters to see you take care of yourself.
For sure.
Because more of what we do versus what we say.
Absolutely.
And so if they don't see you do it, will they ever do it?
No.
So,
no.
Yeah.
And being that, like the epitome of that, and how many of us did not get, because to me that's the first rite of passage. That is the first permission slip you get signed.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, how? Oh, I did this because my mama always.
Yeah,
even
right.
down to the way we clean our house and everything else.
The way we lotion our body, like all of it. Yeah.
Saturday morning, music up. Like if I don't get up and I'm cleaning on a Saturday morning, I feel like,
what am I doing?
I'm feeling, who is this hoppo? Who is this woman?
Yeah, for sure.
But then also so much has happened throughout life that I've pivoted so much as a woman. I've pivoted so much as a mom already. I've pivoted so much as, a wife. And those pivots are ever changing. They're and I'm just, for a minute there, I was like, do I need somebody medicine? Because what is happening?
Because what's happening?
But there's no guide to it.
Yeah.
And so it took me being able to finally have conversations and help. You first and help.
Yeah.
Help can be so many different things.
Hello.
You can get help from listening to a podcast. You can get help from reading a book. You can get help from being able to articulate that, hey, I'm lost in the sauce right here in this matter for whatever reason, and I don't really know how to navigate this space. But a lot of women haven't, to say that we are typically the most vulnerable population, we still have not embraced that vulnerability.
Yeah, no, and hire something that I listened to says this statement of hire as much help as you can afford.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of insecurities around that. The different layers of women, black women, women in the South, whatever. That house, child, nobody stealing nothing out of that house. And if you think so, put a camera in there.
Put a camera right in there.
Right, or don't have something super valuable, but get somebody to do them baseboards, okay? I was not born clean, okay? That was not what Cheryl made me for, so I don't. At the bare minimum, I wash a dish. But
It's about the bare minimum.
dish, right? Until I can get over to somebody else doing it. So, if that's your, think about the time that it buys you to have someone clean, or if you're in business, having an assistant.
Yeah.
If you're one of the things that is like, I'm here until I'm not, right? But one of the things that is drawing me to more metropolitan areas is the, having people that can actually do things for me, and it's not like weird. I just need you to go take all this, do the mail, do the this, do the that, do it. Like, this is the list, do it, bye, see it.
Yeah.
And do it at the level of excellence that I'm looking for, but go away, do
Run
it.
these errands, drop this off for me at the UPS, FedEx
and
store.
so that is something that she says just so profoundly that I'm like, exactly. Hire as much help as you can afford.
And budget for it.
And budget for it. And it just, the way that it will shift your life. And for those of us that
America.
time freedom is what you're chasing.
Gotta hand it off.
You gotta hand it off. For me, I got into entrepreneurship by accident. I thought I'd probably be starting a business at around 35, not at 35 going into 11 years of business, right? But the time freedom it has created for me, and how it has taught me that if I can do this well, then I can go back to sleep.
Come on.
Listen, good night.
I do this so well, I don't have to do
X,
Y, and Z.
That's what I was chasing, right? So even go back to your assignment, ladies.
Write it out.
What are you chasing? Because sometimes we borrow other people's goals, and that's what we shouldn't do. Unless it's really your goals, okay?
Not borrowed goals.
Can we have a part 2?
We can.
Because don't do that. Get your own goals. Because my goals might,
my goals honestly might crush you, the personality, the person. And that's real. Like, a lot of people, we joke around like, oh, it's got to be in you, not on you. But I'm like, no, but for real, you do have to be careful about what you put on. Because sometimes what you put on, it's not fitting, right? People like, you out of alignment. I'm like, but you can put on some stuff that's too heavy for you.
Ooh.
And now the you that you supposed to be, she lacking.
Yeah.
And you're never, even you can get the outcomes that you want by what you put on, but it may still never be satisfying to you, because that ain't what you're supposed to have on.
And you may want what she has, but do you want what she had to carry?
Because
there's some stuff that people, I don't want nothing that they carrying.
Get somebody else to do
and
it.
Not only do I not want it, like I'm mature enough to know that like I can't walk in nobody else's shoes but my own. These don't fit most of the time.
Come on.
So
still might be flopping a little bit.
right. So
like
I'm actually all the way good on that. Like I am all the way good on that. And so just being, comfortable in yourself in your own skin and doing you and being okay with what comes with that. Yeah. People gonna talk either way. You might as well win while they talking.
Heavy on the win while they talking. Because they're gonna talk. Like happy, it's non-negotiables now. It's like happiness, peace. It's above me now. It's like my favorite. I really don't care. Above me, outside of me, whatever. It ain't on me. I don't really care.
Don't care.
Used to so bad.
But
that I could probably give you a guide on. But now, no, it's really not that deep. Like if it's compromising those two things, it's kind of like, what's the purpose?
Whatever.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Because now you're taking away from me. You taking away from me. Put that on the back side of your paper. What takes away from you currently?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's difficult to even analyze what environments drain us because we've been in them so long we don't even realize that it's depleting us.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you do feel a certain type of way when you leave certain settings.
Yeah. But you've made yourself accustomed to it. Mm-hmm. You've normalized something that's not normal.
It's not normal. You shouldn't feel like, oh, golly, I'm so tired when I left there. And not from the fact that you enjoyed yourself.
But you're drained.
You're drained. Baby, you are the battery pack in that environment. With nothing to plug into. No recharge, no refuel, nobody got gas, ain't nobody got no Tesla plug in for you. You short. You're leaving there short. So I thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Part 2, we got to do a healthcare panel. We got to, it's a whole heap left that we have to do. But nonetheless, I thank you for being one of the influential women who was willing to join me on UnScripted. And I'm so looking forward to the other things.
Me too.
That is to come
Thanks
about. And thank you all again for joining us for this episode of UnScripted with Hara. We appreciate y'all. We out. Take care.
Millennial peace signs.